When I was competing a lot in CrossFit, if you've watched the Star Wars movies, Yoda, that's kind of how I felt. I would train early in the morning and my body was pretty well just beat to shit. So I would hobble into the gym. I would spend a half hour warming up. I would have to roll everything. I would foam roll. I would barbell roll my quads just to work things out. I would have to do LaCrosse balls on my back behind my shoulder blades and on my traps, and I would have to warm up my rotator cuffs and my shoulders. I hurt everywhere. And I would hurt basically up until the buzzer would go, and then I always felt good once the buzzer got started. I think that some of that was just my I don't know, just from doing sports forever, and there was just kind of a switch that would flip. And I always felt good during the workout. I'd be warmed up, I'd be kind of ready to go. I would do my workout, and then I'd always feel really good after my workout for, an hour or two. And then I'd feel like crap again. And God, I was exhausted. It hurt to do pretty much anything just everywhere. I was so overtrained. And so that's just what I had to do. I had to do so much warming up to get ready for the workout at hand. Not giving my body enough rest, probably not eating enough food for what I was really doing and how much I was putting down. And then always getting ready for the next competition or the next day in the gym against my buddies to, kind of be ready to go and compete against them. So I really struggled taking that step back. And that took me a while to get past, but now I've completely healed everything. I don't have many lifts that I can't do anymore, or that really bother me. I don't deadlift. I guess that's one. When I was powerlifting, deadlift was my strongest movement by far. I'm kind of built for deadlifting. I've got a very short torso, long legs, long arms, and a strong back. So at my best deadlift ever was at 165 pounds, and I deadlifted 540. So not bad. My best squat ever was 365 for a triple. So my deadlift was much, much stronger. But I pushed the deadlift too much a couple of times, injured my back. I don't have any disc issues or anything like that, but I did injure some of the soft tissue in my back. And now if I do deadlifts, I regret it. It bothers my back. So I don't do them anymore. And I don't feel the need. I can do stiff-legged deadlifts. I can squat. I can do everything else. If I do deadlifts, they bother me. I have no doubt that I could rebuild around that and build my strength back up and do it. I don't care that much anymore. I can do so many other things that I don't get too worried about it, and I don't miss it anymore. If I ever got the real big want to go and do powerlifting, I would start to build it up again, but it's just not what I'm training for anymore. And from a bodybuilding standpoint, from a muscular hypertrophy standpoint, for what my goals are anymore, I have absolutely no need to do it. Because I do a lot of stiff-legged deadlifts, I can bend down, I can pick things up off the ground just fine. I'm not worried about injuring myself doing something silly like getting something out of the trunk of my car. So I can do everything else. I can focus on what I want to focus on, and that works just fine for me. So I don't do that one. I don't really Olympic lift much anymore. I wasn't that strong at them to begin with, but just training here in my gym. I'm not training for athletics. I'm not training for CrossFit. So I don't really have the need to snatch or do cleans and jerks. I just don't need to. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. The initial reason that I really got out of those movements was simply because they're loud. When you're doing a full squat snatch, you're gonna have misses, right? Especially for me, because I got good at them, but I didn't get great at them. So this is gonna drop the weight, and I'm training in my garage at nighttime while everybody's sleeping. So I don't throw those in there, but not doing some of the CrossFit movements, and especially some of the movements for a lot of reps and over, like thrusters, with just that super dynamic movement, which isn't good for muscle building anyway. And snatches, since I stopped doing those things, my shoulders don't hurt anymore. I don't get overly knotted through my traps. And I used to have to LaCrosse ball roll my traps for 20, 30 minutes a day. Not all at once, I'd spread that out. But if I didn't do that, I would regret it within a couple of days. So I can do everything else overhead. I can do standing overhead presses. I can do dumbbell presses. I can kind of do whatever I want. But I guess that's all coming back to, I don't have any injuries that I'm working around anymore. I've been really smart with the way that I train. The way that I lift it's kind of what all the research is showing us that works anyway. Slower eccentrics, loading that stretched position. So getting down to a really good stretch, under load. I don't, like when I get to the bottom of this close grip bench press, I don't get down here and like relax and then try to fire back out of it. I bring down, but I keep tension on, and I focus on stretching my triceps on these because I am coming close, stretching my chest as much as possible. And then when I come out of that bottom position, I always come out smoothly, not super explosively. So all of that is good for muscle building, but it's also a protective way to lift. It's good for tendon strengthening, it's good for ligament strengthening, and it's going to keep those in, as I get older, it's going to keep those strong. I'm stretching under load, so it's going to keep me mobile and flexible. So all of those things, as I get older, as I age, are important. I get the benefits out of it, and I feel good.